Boom, boom, boom. This is The Leading Edge, and I'm your host, Osama Siddiqui.
This week, we've got a brand new segment which I like to call the Fourth Umpire. It's where I call for a review and take another look at some of the pressing issues in the world of cricket. This week on the Fourth Umpire, how to make the World Cup better. We're a third of the way in. This is right where the World Cup is supposed to be getting interesting. The best players, best teams are supposed to be separating themselves from the pack. Trends are supposed to be emerging. We're supposed to be finding out what kind of World Cup this is going to be. And what is everyone talking about? Rain. 18 games, 5 of them already washed out. That's more than twice the record at any other World Cup. It's just been anticlimactic. So here's my 9 suggestions for making the World Cup better.
Number 1, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, can we please have more teams? And not less teams than we had the last time. 10 teams isn't a World Cup. It's an ICC Invitational. I know some fans are saying, well, my team's there, I don't care. Let me tell you why you should care. We miss out on variety. Wouldn't it be exciting to see a Japan or South Korea, a team with a great baseball history, take a couple of years, develop themselves at cricket, and see what flavor they bring to the world of cricket? We already know different countries have different identities. A South African cricket team looks different than a West Indies cricket team, looks different than a Pakistan cricket team. I think it'd be exciting to see what a Japanese cricket team would look like, what approach they take to the game. You miss out on narratives like the 2010 FIFA World Cup, where it brought the whole nation of South Africa together. You miss out on narratives like the 2018 FIFA World Cup, where the host nation, Russia, was the lowest ranked nation ever to host a World Cup. But they built on the momentum of the home crowd, the home support, that fanatical support, and they made an improbable run all the way to the quarterfinals, losing on penalties. Wouldn't it be great to see a Sweden or a Norway or a Finland host a Cricket World Cup and their home team making an improbable run to the semifinals? That would be the stuff of legend. It'd be a great story. Number 2, again, this is right at you, ICC. Grow the game. If you're not going to have more teams, at least show the World Cup all over the world, especially in countries which aren't participating in the World Cup. Have a live stream. Run it for free. Let everyone in the USA, let everyone in Argentina be able to log into any web browser, open up YouTube, and live stream the games. Or have the free live stream not actually be live, be in a 2 to 5 minute tape delay, so the hardcore fan who wants to see it live still puts in their money for the official broadcast. Number 3, make the games shorter. There's no fun following a World Cup unless you can follow the entire narrative by watching all of the games or a majority of the games. But who can watch 8 hours of cricket a day for 45 days? Then, when we do take out time, move our schedule around, make time to watch a game that we want to watch, sit down in front of the TV, and what do you see? It's been rained out, which brings me to number 4. Rain, go away. We've had a lot of pushback from the fans this World Cup asking for reserve days for rain. And the ICC come out and say, kind of try and justify why they can't do it. The logistics, the TV broadcast, fans, tickets. I say it's all irrelevant. If they want to find a solution, they can. They can have a skeleton broadcast team run the game the next day. They can have a skeleton broadcast team keep teams in cities where they have their games for at least 1 or 2 days after. The World Cup is long enough that they don't need to travel to the next venue the next day. You can run a skeleton broadcast team, live stream those games on the internet if the TV broadcasters, production crews are at the next scheduled games. As long as the game happens, I think it's better than having no game at all. In these games, these split points are already impacting the semifinal placements and the qualifications. But what happens if it's the last game of the group stages? Both teams need a win to qualify. 1 point doesn't do it for either of them. The game's washed out, and both of them miss out on the semifinal stages. It would be a shame. And it may still happen. You'll have a team that falls 1 point short, which will curse the rain and wish that they would have been able to play one of their rained-out games and qualify for the semifinals. Now, I know shortening the games isn't realistic. This is an ODI World Cup. It's not going to turn into a T20 World Cup. There already is a T20 World Cup.
Since shortening the games isn't realistic, I've got 5 rule changes as well to make the format better. So number 5, drop the 2 new balls. The new white ball isn't swinging. It's not seaming. The only thing that the 2 new balls have done is kill reverse swing. Can we go back to 1 ball? So at least we've got reverse swing from the 30th over in. If your ball gets dirty, it gets muddy, and you want to have a mandatory ball change, that's fine. At least there's a hint of reverse. There's a possibility of reverse. I mean, reverse swing is a beautiful art, brings fast bowlers into the game, and the game is worse off without it. Number 6. 2 bowlers should be able to bowl 12 overs. We've seen often in ODI cricket, teams have 2 strike bowlers, and the opposing team kind of takes it easy against them, try and play out those 10 to 20 overs, attack the other 30, and it works. Now, if those 2 bowlers could bowl another 4 overs, it would really change strategy. It would change how teams try to chase. It would change how teams try to bat first. Imagine a Malinga having 2 more death overs to bowl, or a Shakib Al Hassan having 2 more middle overs to squeeze the opponent. I think it'd be a great wrinkle for ODI cricket. Number 7, dead ball once the ball hits the stumps. Don't penalize teams for good fielding. It doesn't make any sense to me why batsmen can keep running off of a direct hit. Once the ball hits the stumps, the ball is dead. You'll see more fielders go for the throws. There's more excitement, more chance of a dismissal. Again, they'll address the balance between bat and ball. Number 8, double play. This one's going to be a bit controversial because it's picked right out of baseball. And I know what the purists are going to say. We can't take things from other sports, especially not baseball. Come on, cricket is cricket. But many of the innovations that you've come to love and accept today came from other sports. Colored kits, floodlights, helmets. A lot of those innovations have come from other sports. So just because it's coming from another sport, don't write it off. So what is a double play? A double play means 2 dismissals on the same delivery. Both batsmen can be dismissed off the same ball. I think that would really change the nature of those inevitable run chases where teams are motoring along and the fielding team doesn't really have a chance. Imagine 2 set batsmen getting out at the same time, 2 new batsmen in the heart of a run chase. That would be extreme excitement. Again, this would only apply to fielding-related dismissals. So 2 runouts on the same delivery, or a catch and a runout. So the striker hits the ball up in the air, he gets caught. The non-striker is out of his crease. He can be dismissed, run out as well. Or both batsmen can be run out on the same delivery. Obviously, if it's an LBW or a bold, then the ball is dead, so the other batsman cannot be dismissed. Number 9, full substitutes. Make it 2, make it 3, doesn't matter. But let's have full substitutes that can replace any player at any time, and they can bat, bowl, and field. The other thing, though, is a substitute cannot come back on once substituted off. I think it's unfair when a bowler puts in the hard yards, puts in a long spell, and then kicks his feet up and sits on the balcony and sits in the dressing room for 15, 20 minutes as a substitute fielder comes out. If a bowler needs to take a rest, if a fielder needs to use the bathroom, you either bring on a full substitute and the player that's gone off can no longer take any more part in the game, or you field with 10 men. And I think substitutes would add another great strategic wrinkle. It would add a trump card for captains and coaches to pull. Let's say you're defending a large total. Your ace bowlers bowled out, 3 overs to go. The batting team needs 20. You've got another bowler in the deck. You can bring one more bowler out, fresh bowler. You can bowl 2 brilliant death overs. Similarly with batting, you're chasing. You need 20 runs in those last 2 overs. All out of batsmen. You just got the bowlers to come, or maybe not. You got a batsman to substitute. You can bring him on and change the nature of the game. So those are my 9 suggestions for improving the FIFA World Cup. Just to summarize, number 1, more teams at the World Cup. Number 2, stream the World Cup for free. Let everyone in every corner of the world watch the spectacle that's supposed to be the Cricket World Cup. Number 3, make the games shorter. Who has time to watch 45 consecutive days of 8-hour games? Number 4, figure something out for those games washed out by rain. It's not fair on the fans. It's not fair on the teams. Logistics can be figured out if they want to. Number 5, a rule change. Drop the 2 new balls. Number 6, 2 bowlers can bowl 12 overs. Number 7,
Dead ball once the ball hits the stumps in the field. Number 8, double play, so 2 batsmen can get dismissed on the same delivery. And number 9, full substitutes, similar to football.